Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, and we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. To the middle. Howard down after the assist led him to the lane.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
The offensive rebound. That too. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass getting it done.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You would gladly take those.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
The three sends it home from three-point land.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Baldwin. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Satoransky shot is off. A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Screen by Marjanovic. Right wing. Melly, the pass to Baldwin.
Team ball.
And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Back to Satoransky. Shot on the wing. It's hauled in by Marjanovic. Here's Baldwin. Pass to Marjanovic. Hayes with it. For 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. No good from outside. From deep three-point land. Barovic can't get it to go.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Here's Vesely. Pass to Parker. Throws it up high.
That's just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You got to focus on the details.
A minute 53 left in the opening quarter. From deep. Sinks it. What range from downtown. He has 6. Here's Baldwin. They set the screen. From the arc. Misses another, just 1 of 4 from the floor.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Back to Satoransky. Hits the three-pointer.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
1:14 left to play in the first quarter. To the paint. Here's Marjanovic. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And just a strong finish there, guys.
Hey, needed just one hand to do it. Fires the three. It's Hayes with the rebound. Here's Baberovic from behind the arc. The shot no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Yep, that one goes.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
34 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Melli. Here's Baberovic. Up and in on the layup.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Parker. Sinks it from distance.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
There's 14 seconds left in the first. Here's Baldwin. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And they're on the break. Three-pointer. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
And as long as the threes are dropping, you've got to keep launching them.
Lets the three fly. Gudarich with the rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And an intentional foul right there.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Gudarich. A three off the inbound. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Fires from deep. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
From deep. Drills it from deep. He's got 6.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Out to the wing. The three is up. It's hauled in by Fall.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Misses the three. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, "I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that. And guys, you talk about competing, Joe D brought it at both ends of the floor."
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie. Goes up on the wing. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Beyond the arc. That won't go for him. Now 0 for 2. Shoots it from the corner. Basket counts. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Hernan Gomez on the wing. Takes the three. No luck on that one.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
And he hits it to tie the game.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
And that one good. Give him 8 points now.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
1:52 left in the half. Good.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Fires the three. Oh, he can't sink it. He's 0 for 3. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Birch. And Birch slams it in.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Anderson for 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Fall. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Personal foul.
He's got a knack for those putbacks, so you have to be aware of that defensively. Get a body on him.
There's a minute 12 left in the second period. Pass to Birch. Out to the right wing. 19-footer. It's hauled in by Fall.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
There's a screen by Birch. Pass to Gudarich. Down it goes. Jam that one home.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Now here's Anderson. He's scoreless. Hernan Gomez sets a screen. Here's the three. Counted from distance.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
To the left side wing. Anderson with space. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
Boy, that was close. Got it in just in the nick of time.
You take a look at the home team. They've had a drop-off that I don't think anybody predicted. Came into the season with high hopes. The chemistry just...
And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the visiting team.
Despite being the...
Appreciate you joining.
And that concludes the first half. They lead by 6. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nico Melli is out there with Boban Marjanovic. Then there's Hayes, and it's Baldwin in at the point guard position. Ooh, it's stolen away. Here's Parker, and Parker throws it down.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
Here's Baldwin. From outside, off the mark.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Here's Baberovic. There's the triple. No good on the shot. Baberovic has gone 2 of 5 tonight. There's a screen by Metu. Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Satoransky outside. Puts up a 3. Knocks down the triple. Satoransky's got 6 points.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Here's Baldwin. Deflected. They push it up 4 on 3. Connects from downtown. 11 points in the game.
Hey, they are really looking to move the ball on the break. It's impressive.
Shot to stop the run. Satoransky pulls it in.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Here's Hayes. And Metu pulls it down. Metu's got his 4th rebound in this one. There's the 3. They've got plenty of time to get back into this.
Yeah, I'm sure they feel pressed, but this is when you have to stay calm and execute. And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Satoransky outside. From downtown. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
Offensive rebounding is about hustle and determination. Huge putback, making a statement there. After sinking 1 triple in the first quarter, he nails another one in the second quarter. He's got it going on.
Here's Baldwin. He's got 6. Pass to Marjanovic. Hayes with it. Parker defending. Screen by Marjanovic. And finished off by Hayes.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Now here's Satoransky. There's the drive. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Here's Baldwin. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. The 3-ball on target from range. He's got 14.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Baberovic. They've got numbers. Here's Satoransky. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. That shot's good by Parker.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Here's Baberovic. He has 6. Melli, the pass to Marjanovic. Satoransky with the steal. Here's Vesely. There's a screen. Launches a 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. From deep three-point land, gets the 3-ball to go.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Launches it. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
You expect some fumbles with the ball, and overall, I think they've done a good job limiting those slip-ups.
Trying to claw their way back into this.
And the best way to do that, minimize your mistakes and take good shots.
Pass to Birch. Here's Gudarich. 19-footer. And he gets the jumper to drop.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Off the mark there with a 3. It's hauled in by Fall. Fall's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Hernan Gomez. From outside the arc. Drops in the 3.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here.
Now here's Birch. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Pass to Fall. Three-pointer. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Now, we don't pick favorites, Richard, but did you have a favorite road city?
Well, it depends on when you ask me, B.A. I love New York. That's my favorite city. I was born in L.A., but there's nothing like going home to Phoenix, Arizona, where I grew up.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Parker outside. Jacks up a 3. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Pass to Baberovic. And there's the screen. Now Birch. Clock at 6. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pulls it. It's good. He's 6 for 12 from the floor.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
They get it back. Pass to Baberovic. Rebounded by Birch. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Over to the wing. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
He's guarded by Birch. 6 to shoot. The 3. Satoransky outside. Tries the spin move. Launches a 3. Kicks it out to Parker for 3. Pass to Satoransky. Buries it from 3.
It's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
From the corner. It's hauled in by Fall. Fires away from way outside. Ooh, he buries it. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was...
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. To the paint. Here's Vezenkov. It's rebounded by Baldwin. In the corner, Marjanovic with it. Hayes finds Marjanovic. Here's Melli. They set the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Biberovic. And it's Vezenkov with the rebound. From downtown, buries the long-range jumper.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
We play just over a minute here in the first. He takes it in, and he goes in for the dunk.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Pass to Fall. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Pulls up. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
They swipe it. Here's Baldwin. Here's Melli, and he banks in the layup.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Down low. Gets it to go. That one good from Fall. Fall's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Offense clicking early here. 3 for 4 to start this one.
The 3 drains the three-pointer.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Outside Fournier. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Baldwin.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And that one's good. Biberovic.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Vezenkov. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking it.
A nice shot by Baldwin. And
the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
A minute 20 left in the first quarter. To end the run, he takes it up and lays it in. Here's Biberovic. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. To the left side wing. Here's Vezenkov. And a miss there on the triple.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Pass to Melli. Here's Baldwin. He's guarded by Fournier. Baldwin the pass to Marjanovic. And Hayes kicks to Baldwin. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Fall. A 3-ball. And it's Vezenkov missing. Inside. Belly. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Up by 7. And the second quarter will get underway just after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
We've got Evans, and it's Papanikolaou in at the small forward position. Shoots. And no good. His first shot of the night, missing.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Evans passes to Peters. Back to Evans. Lets the 3 fly. Bangs home the trifecta. Evans has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. From outside the arc, Peters grabs the miss. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. That puts them in the lead. Dorsey's got his first basket.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Evans dishes to Dorsey. Here's Papanikolaou for by Birch.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Pass to Gutterich. It's intercepted. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Papanikolaou kicks to Dorsey. Here's Peters. Traps in the tray. Peters has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Pass to Gutterich. Stolen by Evans. Papanikolaou, the pass to Evans. Stolen away. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. That savvy little up fake there, fooling the D.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now Dorsey. Pass to Peters. 4 on the shot clock. Puts one up from 19. Got a hand on it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. On Monday and then on Sunday. There's 1:59 left now here in the second. Lets it go from deep. Peters grabs the miss.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's Papanikolaou. 5 points in the game. Misses the 3. Out to the right wing. 1:29 left to play in the first half. Here's the screen. Covered by Evans. 5 to shoot. And it's blocked. And that one ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Shot clock at 2. Crafty Risky move, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Just 1 point separating the teams. Now Dorsey. There's the drive. Plays it up and banks it in.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
That will not drop. Still looking for his groove. He's 1 of 6 so far from the floor.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
On deep, Evans. It's rebounded by Gutteridge.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Here's Dorsey. There's the triple. The shot, no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. They're up by 1. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And that's a halftime wrap.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We've got Hayes. Bogdanovic is out there with Baldwin. And it's Melly in at the 4 spot. And he lays it straight in.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Just his first attempt. The rebound by Bogdanovic.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Here's Baldwin. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Here's Fournier. And the rejection by Bogdanovic. And they'll get another chance. Another shot. And he knocks down the jumper.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Here's Baldwin. He's got 10. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
The rebound by Biberovic. Out to the wing. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Bogdanovic, no good.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
Outside Fournier. There's the screen from the arc. Pass to Vizenko. Over to the left wing. Sinks the triple. 5 points in the game.
They're kind of like playing in the rec league. Little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
Here's Biberovic. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Here's the three. That one's good. Vazenkov's got 6.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league recalibrated its emphasis on fouling during last season. Commissioner Adam Silver said there was a sense that offensive players had too much of an advantage, so an adjustment was made. The fans want great offense, but they want players to be allowed to play defense as well. I think that's what we're seeing. Kevin, it's a welcome change.
Welcome indeed, no doubt about it, D.A. A three-pointer off the mark.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Baldwin can't get it to go.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Back to Fournier. And the shot goes down. Fournier's got his first 2 points.
Man, and Fournier took a beating that time.
Jacks up a 3. No good. Here's Baldwin. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Really on the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, a great player on a great roll at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Evans goes in, and Evans throws it down.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle. Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Here's Milutinov. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans.
That's a needle in the haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
Here's Baldwin. Off target with his 3.
That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Here's Papanikolaou. Cans it from downtown. Papanikolaou's got 10.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. They lead by 8. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Trains it from beyond the arc.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
We've got Peters, and it's Dorsey in at the shooting guard. Evans feeling it out a bit. Pass to Papanikolaou. Drills it from outside.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
It's good from long range.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's Peters. And that one is off. Covered by Evans. Pass to Gutteridge. Off target from outside. Here's Peters. Takes the 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Fires from the corner, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Now Dorsey. And it's blocked. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession.
Now into the lineup for your home team, the Birch.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Evans outside. Clock at 6. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
A nice shot by Baldwin.
Say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Sinks that one from the post. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Covered by Evans. Beyond the arc. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the three.
Here's Dorsey. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Dorsey's gone 4-7 from the field here.
2 minutes. Away team foul. Dorsey. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Baldwin. No good on the quick three.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
Here's Vazenkov. No good on the triple.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
Here's Biberovic. Off target from three-point range.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
It's rebounded by Baldwin.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Every team eventually goes through a coaching change, Brent, and how jarring is that when it happens, for instance, in mid-season?
Well, Kevin, it can be pretty devastating for some teams, but for other teams, that change could be refreshing. And a lot of times, if the coach has had a longer tenure with the team, you can feel like a fish out of water with a new voice coming in.
Puts up a three. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game. There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. A floater, counted.
They maintained focus all night and along the way put on quite a show.
Yeah, the cool thing is that they look like they're having a blast out there. Everyone on the same page, contributions across the board.
Here's Birch. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Foul. Second team foul.
First free throw is good.
At the line for your home team, Birch. Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Birch. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Out left to the wing. This one for 3. That one's good. Vazenkov.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
The tray misses the shot. And so the road team gets the W in this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway.
Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us at this most special time of the year. With Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. The long-distance three is buried.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Covered by Sadaransky.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
He takes it in, uses the glass on the layup. 5 points in the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there. Boy, he sure can fill it up. You got to stay in his jersey.
Sadaransky outside. Nails it from three.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
Covered by Sadaransky, and the basket is good. So it's the home team now. Pass to Parker. And good. Coming on the assist by Sadaransky.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Here's Vizinkov. Parker defending. Beyond the arc. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Pass to Parker. Fires for 3. Hits the three-pointer. Parker's got 5 now.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss the way they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
Here's Fournier. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Fall. And here's Sadaransky. From beyond the arc, and then some.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Covered by Sadaransky. A shot from the high post. He squares up and sinks it. 6 points for him.
So wide open there. He said, why not? That's like a warm-up shot for him.
There's a minute 40 left in the first quarter here. And he dunks it down.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Here's Vizinkov. He's got 5. Nails it from beyond the arc.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Pass to Sarr. 59 seconds left in the opening quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Vizinkov. Parker defending. And there's the drive. The shot by Vizinkov, no good.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Satoransky outside. They set a pick. Sinks the tray. Satoransky's got 8 points.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
It's a one-on-one situation. And he comes up with a bucket.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
On the take. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves.
Well, offense is the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. They're up 7, and the second quarter is on its way when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
There's a screen by Metu. The three is up. They get it again. Kicks it out to Anderson. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Papanikolaou. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Defenses nowadays try to protect the rim and the three-point line, so the mid-range is usually available.
Yep, that one goes.
And that is textbook perfect, the bounce pass. Exactly how you want to throw it.
Inside. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
A strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant.
Oh, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
That's staying connected to the shooter and timing the contest.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Peters, no good.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
The three ball. That's no good. He's 0 for 4.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Home team foul. Anderson. First personal foul. First team foul.
Second quarter play with around 2 minutes gone so far. That one doesn't drop. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Tough period. I mean, he's just 1 for 5 in this frame, struggling to get back on track.
Here's Evans. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Metu. No points so far.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Here's Papanikolaou. Off target from outside. There's a screen by Metu. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. There's a screen. Takes a three. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt.
2 minutes.
Intercepted. And they're pushing it up. Anderson for 3. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
To the wing, right side. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. A minute and a half left in the first half. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, the NBA draft is now split over 2 days. Commissioner Adam Silver said second-round picks have become increasingly important, and this allows teams more time between those picks, as well as a chance to reassess after the first round. Also, given the level of interest, it merited primetime coverage and exposure.
All right, Allie, thank you. It's been a hit.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans, going up with a graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
Shot clock at 6. Lets the three fly. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day. There's 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Evans. Drops in the 3. Evans has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Offensive rebound. And the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
Ball stolen. 20 seconds left in the first half of this one. To the left wing. Wide open. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Certainly not the best look, but I admire the confidence to let it fly.
It could go. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Up 9. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
To me, it starts with their effort. They have to become more active defensively to prevent easy look shot.
Yeah, the only way.
And now, not a bad time. And that'll do it for...
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. We've got Sar, and it's Fall in at the 5, roaming the paint. Pass to Vizenkov. Shoots over Parker. Oh, and he nails it from the high post. Vizenkov's got 10.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
To the middle. Satoransky outside. He drops it from range. 11 points in the game.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
We've got Sar, and it's Parker in at the 4-man position. The shot by Fournier, no good.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Pass to Fall. Now here's Satoransky. 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to Parker. From deep. It's hauled in by Fall. We've got Sar, and it's Fall in at the 5 down low. Covered by Satoransky. It's hauled in by Fall. Fall's got 4 rebounds now. Driving to the basket. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Pass to Vizenkov. Launches it from deep. No good there.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's the break. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
That shot's good by Parker.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
Sarr passes to Fall. Out to the wing. Here's Satoransky. It's hauled in by Fall.
And that's a low percentage shot, and I'm sure he knows it.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
From behind the arc. Out to the right wing. From deep, Sarr. The rebound by Vezenkov. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Fournier, a screen on Parker. Vezenkov, and the three-pointer goes. Vezenkov's got 7 now in this quarter.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
A minute 9 left in the third quarter here. There's the three. Satoransky pulls it in. Trying to get something going here in the half court.
Yeah, that's where they've been struggling to execute.
Drills it from deep. He's got 18.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
There's a screen. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Fall. Fall's got his 4th rebound in this one. Covered by Satoransky. Jacks up a 3. Fall passes to Fournier. Here's Vezenkov. Parker defending. Goes back up. Good. 8 buckets in 12 attempts.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
Here's Parker. And Parker throws it down.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Three-pointer. Hits the trifecta. Vezenkov's got 14 points here in the second half. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Leading by 14. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Vezenkov's gone 4 of 7 from outside the arc. Good numbers. Pass to Metu. Here's Anderson. Great look, but off the mark.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's Evans. Another shot. And he sinks the layup.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
And at this point, they're loving this big lead.
Absolutely. And they haven't really faced a lot of resistance.
4-3. Knocks it down from distance.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Papanikolaou. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. About a minute and a half into the fourth now. The 3. And it's Metu missing. Here's Peters. launches it. He buries it from 3.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Away team foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th now. Sadaransky outside. Here's the 3. Parker. It's good on the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Here's Evans, covered by Sadaransky. Sends it home from three-point land.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Oh, swiped away. Here's Papanikolaou. Lets it fly. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Parker passes to Fall. Connects from downtown. He's got 21.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
1:49 left in the game. Here's Dorsey. It's hauled in by Fall. Fall's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of height. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
Pass to Evans. Sadaransky with the steal. From downtown, gets the 3 to Fall.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Here's Papanikolaou. Wing shot on the way. Nice jump shot. 56 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Parker. Fires the 3. No good. Here's Papanikolaou. Takes the 3. And Parker pulls it down. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there. 27 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's Evans. Here's Peters. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Fires from way outside. Missed it. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. A clean win, and one where they clearly
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines. It'll be the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Hayes, Baldwin out there with Marjanovic, and it's Melli in at power forward. Here's Baldwin. To the wing right side. Here's Biberovic. It's deflected. Now here's Satoransky. There's the pick. Astamedu to the inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Biberovic goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And it's Parker in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. The 3. No good on that one. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Baldwin looking for the opening. Offline with his three.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Parker with the three. Cans it from downtown.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triplet.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Biberovic. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Biberovic has got 5 points so far. Good on the triple. He's got 6.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Here's Baldwin, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Pass to Fall. Now here's Satoransky. To the wing on the left. Driving in. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's Baldwin. Satoransky covering. Three-pointer. Baldwin can't get it to go. Baldwin's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. To the middle. 1:33 left to play in the first. Pass to Satoransky. Second chance shot. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
They get it again. And it's Melly missing. And 1:01 left here in the first quarter. Cranes the three-pointer.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Baldwin kicks to Hayes. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Fall. Medu passes to Parker. Shoots. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Parker's got his second basket of the night.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Baldwin. From the top of the key, he buries it. Baldwin's got his second bucket.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
The ball goes to the Olympiacos. Substitution on the court.
Up in time. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Up by 6. After this break, we'll be back. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Hernan Gomez out there with Anderson. And it's Abrinas in at the 2 guard. Fires the 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Anderson is out there with Hernan Gomez. And it's Lavro Vidala in at the 1 spot. Releases. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Here's Abrinas. Pulls it up. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Pass to Colson for 3. Fires the three. Hits it from three-point range. Colson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Inside, and here is Hernan Gomez. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Gutteridge, the pass to Colson. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Here's Abrinas. Buries the long-range jumper. Abrinas has got 6 points in the quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Pass to Gutteridge. 5 on the clock. Trying his luck from deep. It's hauled in by Laprovitola. Anderson outside. On Gomez down low. Here's Abrinas. He has 6. Pass to Laprovitola. Fires for 3. He's off on that one.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
And that one's good. Colson's got 5.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
There's the pick. Here's Laprovitola, and they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. We've got 1:48 left in the second quarter. Pass to Gutteridge. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Abrinas, and he's good on the 3-ball. 9 points in the game so far.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
1:03 left in the first half of the game. Lays it up off the glass. Abrinas has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Rebound by Vesely. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Laprovitola passes to Abrinas. Here's Laprovitola. There's the 3. Abrinas' shot is off. 3-pointer. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Hernan Gomez a screen. Fires from deep. He can't hit that time. One second left, and the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. They lead by 4. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
You take a look at the home team, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
You know, I love what they're doing, being patient on offense, getting high percentage looks, keep feeding the beast.
Yeah, some of it's approach.
And that is it for halftime.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've got Baldwin. Marjanovic is out there with Hayes. And it's Melli in at the power forward position. Baldwin's gone 2 for 5 tonight. Fall passes to Satoransky. Fires from way outside. They get it back. Shot clock at 6. For the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. 14 points for him.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else. That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Parker looking over the floor. Pass to Satoransky. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too. Jump ball call.
Got loose. Stolen by Satoransky. Pulls up for 3. And it's Melli with the rebound. Here's Baldwin. Satoransky covering. From deep three-point territory. Baldwin can't get it to go. Baldwin's gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. Satoransky finds Parker. Takes a 3. And the 3 ball is good. Parker's got 8 points.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Pass to Biberovic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside, off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Shoots the 3. Drills it from outside. 17 points in the game.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Here's Baldwin, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Fall passes to Parker. Shoots. The rebound by Biberovic. Pass to Baldwin. Wide open look. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Baldwin's got 5 points now this quarter. There's a screen. Drills the three-pointer.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Marjanovic kicks to Hayes. Puts it up. Misses the chippy right there.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Biberovic. Connects from three-point range. Biberovic has got 8.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Parker with a clean look, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Baldwin. They get it again, and he jams it with authority.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
Lets it go with the three. It's rebounded by Baldwin.
Gotta run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here. Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his forte. Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. They're up by 10. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. We've got Hernan Gomez. He's out there with Anderson. And it's Lapro Vidala in at the point.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Colson. He's covered by Anderson. And that one is good.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Vesely pass to Abrinas, and the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Great energy on the deflection, and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Launches it, got a piece of it. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Clock at 6 from deep. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
From past the arc. Rebound by Vesely. Vesely's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Abrinas. Takes a 3. That one doesn't go. It's his 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. Fires from deep. Down to the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open 3s like that.
Out to the right wing. Puts up a deep 3. He can't get that one to fall.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Pass to Colson. 3-pointer. Gets in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture.
Anderson passes to Abrinas. Jacks up a 3. Fails to score here. He has made 5 of 12 to this point. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Pass to Sonoronsky. Takes the 3. And it's good on the assist by Parker. .144 left here in the fourth quarter. Launches it. Baldwin can't get it to go.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation 3s are not the way to do it.
to Sadoronsky. Lets it go from deep. Can't hit that one.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance, but look, he's got to find something easier.
And the three off target. Here's Abrinas.
First personal foul. First team foul.
.102 left in the fourth quarter. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. It's a 2 from Parker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul, second team foul.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 9.
2 shots.
And Parker drops them both. Sadoronsky covering. Shoots it up. Fall with the rebound. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
To stop the run. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
3.
17 seconds left in the fourth. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Boban Marjanovic out there with Nico Melli. Then there's Hayes, and it's Beberovic in at the shooting guard position. Fires in the triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Out left to the wing. Here's Vezinkov. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Baldwin. Connects on the 17-footer.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Here's Beberovic. Pass to Baldwin. Screen by Marjanovic. Baldwin's shot is good. Baldwin's got 5 points.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Vezinkov. No good again that time.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a three at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
It's hauled in by Fall.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Vildoza. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Pass to Melli. To the wing on the left. Here's Fall. Here's Vildoza. And he lays it up and in. Vildoza's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well. 80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And the shot goes down. Here's Baldwin. He's got 7. The rebound by Vezinkov. Fires the 3. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Here's Baldwin. The rebound by Vezinkov.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Fires from deep. Knocks down the triple.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Melli. Sinks it from distance.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Vildoza, no good. Vildoza's gone 2 of 5 from the field here. Here's Baldwin. They set the pick. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
They grab their own miss.
Ball is turned over. The ball goes to the away team.
44 seconds left in the first. Over to the wing. The three is up. It's hauled in by Fall.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Here's Vildoza. The kick out to Fournier. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pure from three-point range.
Well, Fournier knows when to score, and right there from a different area code. My goodness.
Screen by Marjanovic with 2 seconds left. And a strong finish with two hands.
Just an incredible display of power. He attacked the rim with both hands.
Most definitely. That was a thunder dunk. Wow. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. And this has been a fairly close game to the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Down low. Shoots. In tight. He gets the jumper to fall.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Here's Peters. That one is off. Here's Guduric. Lots of room. And all around the rim that time before dropping.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Here's Peters. There's the screen. There's the triple. They get the rebound. No good on the triple.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Great open look there.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
There's the drive, and that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Let's go with a three. Oh, he missed it, making him 1 for 2 now. From outside the arc. No good, and that makes him 0 for 3.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Snatched up. On Thursday, then on Thursday. And he makes the first.
2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Knocks down the long J. He's got 5.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Puts up a deep 3. Misses his 4th shot of the night. Still hasn't hit one yet.
A nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Here's Guduric. He takes it in, and he banks in the layup. So it's the home team now. It's a 14-point game. Here's Peters. Pass to Evans. To the paint.
Away team ball.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Here's the pick.
2 minutes.
And the 3 off target. Here's Papanikolaou. Drills the elbow jumper.
With the utmost belief in his game, he's able to beat opponents in a number of ways.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
Second team foul.
Minute 32 left in the second. Pass to Guduric. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer. That shot off the mark. Here's Evans. And he gets that one. Evans has gotten 4 this quarter. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Here's Papanikolaou. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
It's so sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. Lets it go from the wing. That's his 4th miss in 7 shots. And they'd love to cut this deficit down to single digits. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Evans, that's good.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
Third team foul. Evans. First personal foul. Third team foul.
And he drops the first.
For the away team.
And so he hits both. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first half. This one for 3. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's Baberovic. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials getting together here. They may want to review.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
Locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got it off in time.
Yeah, they're going to review that shot to make sure he got it off in time, but I think it's going to count.
So the replay was conclusive. Call overturned. Grant, that one's going to count.
And BA, you can argue against replay all you want, but at the end of the day, you want it to be a level playing field. You want the call to be correct.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your...
All right, fellas. That does it for half.
And the first half now in the books. Up by 9. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. They've got Hayes. Nico Melli is out there with Boban Marjanovic. And it's Baldwin in at the point guard position. 2 points. That one goes. Baldwin's got 13 now.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Pass to Vezenkov. From the arc. Over to the left wing. Driving.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
I like what I saw on both ends that time, hustling on defense to create some offense.
From outside the arc. Baldwin's shot is off. Fournier with the ball. Hayes picks him up. Fournier against Hayes. They swipe it. 4-3. Oh, okay then. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Baldwin's got 4 points in the quarter.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Pass to Fall. Here's Vildoza. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Misses from close range. Here's Baberovic. He's got 5. Screen by Marjanovic. Baberovic can't get it to go. Here's Vildoza. Got it. Good job in the low post. Vildoza's got 6 points.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Hayes with a screen. Here's Baldwin. Drains the triple.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
The 3 is up. The shot by Vezenkov, no good. They put together a solid lead.
And it doesn't seem like they're going to back off.
Knocked away.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Fournier, and stolen by Hayes. A chance here to catch up with Alley from the sideline.
Hey, Brian, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Alley. Thank you.
Absolutely tenacious, guys. Stuck right on him defensively, bothered that shot.
Here's Baberovic. Misses the 3.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure he wants back.
Fournier for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. He's got 6.
Well, Evan Fournier staying on the move and working to get that 3-point opportunity. Nicely done.
Here's Baldwin. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Vildoza. The 15-footer is good. Vildoza's got 4 points this quarter. Here's Baldwin. 18 points for him. Drives to the hoop.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
These are his first free throws of the game. And he knocks down the first one. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Pass to Vezenkov. Here's the 3. That shot, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Guduric. On target from range. Here's Vezenkov. Three seconds left. He can't hit that time. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Leading by 14. And we're just moments away. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. They've got Evan Fournier, and it's Fall in at the center position.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Substitution on the court.
Three-pointer. Counted from distance.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Here's Evans. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
Evans has gotten everything to go. 5 attempts, 5 makes. Drops in the layup for 2.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Driving in, and Dorsey gets it to go.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Evans. Here's Papanikolaou. Lets the 3 fly. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
First team foul.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
And he sinks the second. And he can't make it 3 for 3. Hey, Graham, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
From deep, Guterich with the bucket.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And talk about payback. He hits the revenge triple.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire, a little bit of pride at stake.
Offline with a 3.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Second team foul.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Evans, and he goes in for the dunk.
You know, that's using speed and quickness to combat size. By the time the defense reacts, it's far too late.
No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot.
Wide open look. Connects. The jumper drops.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
And there's the screen.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th now. Pass to Dorsey. The 3. It's not going to go for him. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Looking to close things out. That might have been the nail in the coffin.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Oh, my. The air is thin from out there, but I tell you what, he's got deep range.
Here's Guterich. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
The shot by Dorsey, no good. Boy, this could snowball if they continue to put up points.
I can't say enough about their performance.
From deep 3-point land. 1:10 left in the 4th quarter. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. The quick look, no good that time.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
5 to shoot. Fires away from way outside. That shot is off. Fires for 3. Buries it from 3. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. There's 18 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Peters. Guterich with the rebound. The visiting club takes the win on the road. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a...
For tuning in this Sunday evening. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. We've got the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Falls out there with Parker. Then it's Czar, and it's Zadaramsky in at the point guard. Parker outside. This one for three. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Just a smooth operator from distance. They'll be tighter to him next time, I bet.
Pass to Fall. Into the lane. Outside Fournier. From the arc. A three-pointer is right on target.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Parker. The shot's good on the assist by Zadaramsky.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here now, Vildoza. And Parker with the block. And here's the break. Shoots the three. Gets the three-pointer to Fall. He's got 6.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Here's Vazenkov. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink 1 of their first 5 shots.
Saw the pass to Zadaramsky. Driving the lane, and that one is hammered home.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
The shot's good.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
Now, here's Zadaramsky. Shot clock at 5. It's Parker outside. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. Of course, John Morant's name first and foremost, so I asked him about the strategy. He said try to plug every defensive hole we see. I know if we give Morant any space, he'll try and slice right through us so we can't have any cracks in the armor. A tall order for the defense against the unstoppable Morant. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
Personal foul.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Here's Zadaramsky. 1:57 left in the first. They get the rebound. Five to shoot. Here's Sarr. They had a number of cracks in it, but came away empty-handed. From outside the arc, nailed from three-point land.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Back to Zadaramsky. Here's the three. Fall with the rebound. There's 57 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Vazenkov, covered by Parker. Fires for three. That one, no good.
And if they want to mount a comeback here, they need him to get going. It's just that simple.
Driving to the basket. And the dunk by Parker.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Here's Fall. Vildoza, the pass to Fournier. Second shot opportunity. And he sinks the layup. Fournier's got 5 minutes.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Screened by Parker. Puts up a three. And it's Vezenkov with the rebound. Fires from way outside. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Up to... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
They've got Anderson. And it's Metu in at the 4. Sinks the triple.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
Here's Dorsey for 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Here's Laprovitola. Buries it from 3-point range.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
To the wing right side. The 3. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Here's Evans. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Here's Abrinas. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Laprovitola. There's the 3. Sinks the 3-pointer.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Lets the 3 fly. Traps in the tray.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Anderson wide open. No good with the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Peters. And the 3 off target.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And here's Evans. Beyond the arc. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Stolen. Fast break. Here they come. Here's Abrinas. Drills it from outside. Abrinas has got 6.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Abrinas has gone 2 of 3 from the floor. A 3-ball. Rebound by Vesely. Vesely's got his 4th rebound in this one.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Metu. Pulls up. Anderson passes to Laprovitola. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Laprovitola's got 8 here in the quarter. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Peters from downtown. The rebound by Anderson. 3 on 3. Got that one up quick. He's got 9.
He just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition 3. But if he missed, Coach might have had some words for him.
Here's Papanikolaou. Here's Milutinov. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And I like the decision-making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
Yeah, if they aren't going to take away his space from mid-range, look, he's going to continue to shoot.
Metu passes to Anderson. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And even with that turnover, for the most part, they've done an outstanding job not being reckless and playing under control.
There's 57 seconds left to play here in the half. Now here's Evans. He's guarded closely. Now Dorsey. No scoring in this one. Rebound by Vesely. Vesely's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Laprovitola, and he's good on the 3-ball.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's the screen. Here's Peters. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Abrinas kicks to Anderson. Pass to Vesely. Here's Abrinas. And here's Anderson. There's the triple. Cranes the 3-pointer. Anderson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. A dominating first half of basketball. And so far, hasn't been close. Up by 16. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
You take a look at the home team, they've been one of the bigger disappointments so far in the early goings. Some people thought they might be an elite team.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the visiting team. And that about wraps it up. And as
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. They've got Evans, and it's Dorsey in at the 2. Parker, a screen on Evans. Out to the wing. Knocks down the 3-ball. 10 points for him.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Parker out there with Fall. Then it's Czar, and it's Sadaransky in at point. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate. You just gotta love watching a big man hustle on the glass. This is what his team expects and needs from him.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
The visitors with the ball. Pass to Fall. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Shot to stop the run. The offensive rebound. Here now, Vildoza. A second chance effort. Buries the jump shot. Vildoza's got his second basket of the game.
Got that one to go. Okay, now 1 for 4 to start the second half.
And that one's good. Parker.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Launches a 3. Fall with the rebound.
Out of halftime, not the way you want to execute, just 1 of 5 from the field.
Lets it go with a 3. And that one's good. Parker. Parker's got 11 points.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. From beyond the arc and then some. 20 points for him.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Team putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Latrey trains it from beyond the arc. 14 points for Parker.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Pass Pass to Fournier. For the three. Cans it from downtown.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Satoransky. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Vildoza misses. Parker looking over the floor. Right wing. Pass to Satoransky. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Czar with it. He tries for 3. It's Parker outside, and so out of bounds it goes. And they'll keep possession. .116 left in the third quarter. Down low, stolen. Here's Vezenkov, covered by Parker. And it's Vezenkov missing.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Offensive rebound. Fires the 3. Fires away from outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Well, I don't know what coach said to him at half, but his shooting has been tremendous here in the second.
Fournier's shot is off.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Parker with another miss.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Here's Vezenkov. Off target with his 3. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Drills the 3-pointer.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
Vildoza. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Vildoza's got 7 points. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. Delivering the blowout. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime-dropping ability.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Peters, and it's Dorsey in at the 2 guard. Deep 2 from Anderson. Good, he hits the jump shot. Here's Dorsey. So, Greg, you played the point. In creative player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
Stolen by Evans. One-on-one here. Stolen by Vesely. Medu passes to Vesely. Pass to Abrinas. 3-pointer. The shot comes out. Here's Papanikolaou. He's covered by Anderson.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
They're limiting the offensive possessions for the other team. Tough to win with no extra possessions.
Here's Peters. The 3-pointer, no good. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Pass to Laprovitola. Fires the 3. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Puts up a deep 3. That one misses. Here's Peters from deep. Nailed from 3-point land.
And that's on the defense there. Gotta know the scouting report and understand that he loves his shot.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. A shot by Papanikolaou, no good. Papanikolaou's gotten only one of his threes to drop for him. He's got 5 attempts. From deep three-point territory. That one doesn't go.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Vesely kicks to Abrinas. The three. Good on the triple.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
From deep three-point land. Offensive rebound. Pass to Papanikolaou. From deep three-point land. The rebound by Medu. 1:43 left in the fourth quarter. Abrinas the pass to Medu. There's the pick. Here's Laprovitola. Buries it from three-point range. Laprovitola's got 6 here in this quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Puts up a deep three. Abrinas' shot is off. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Peters misses.
Another missed three, and he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
Richard, who do you think is the most impactful player right now in the NBA?
I stand by this. As long as LeBron James is wearing an NBA uniform, he is first, second, and third. The ratings say that. The money says that. As long as he is playing, he will be the most impactful player in the NBA.
And the three ball is good.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Pass to Satoransky. Out to the right wing. 4 on the clock. Fires from way outside. Peters grabs the miss. Got a piece of it. From deep three-point territory. Missed. And so the road team gets the W in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.